morning. I'm at Barnes & Noble. Is it Barnes & Noble's? Because I feel like everybody says Barnes & Noble's, but it's like Barnes & Noble. But anyway, I'm there. I'm so excited because I'm about to go and buy some new books and like get some coffee. I haven't had coffee today yet, despite the energy. Anyway, I can't wait to go in there and see like what they have for like display. I have 3 books in mind that I really want to get, so we'll see if they have them. If not, I'm still having a good time. Like, I feel so happy to be out here. I don't know, it's just a good day. The weather is nice. So yeah. Also, if you're new here, I'm Jerry Lynn. Welcome to my channel. Hello. It's time to get content without being awkward. Back from the bookstore. So let's talk about all the books that I got. From Barnes & Noble's, I got this cute notepad. I love keeping track of like good quotes. You know, my dad used to have these a lot when I was growing up. And I love that the cover are like flowers. It's just like, it seems like gross, you know? So let's talk about all the books that I got from Barnes & Noble today. I got some new stuff. I got all the books that I wanted to get, plus some. I had to make a huge decision in the end because I could have gotten like 6 books, but these are 4 books that we're gonna talk about. The first book we'll talk about is called Lessons in Chemistry. This book was voted on Goodreads as the #1 debut novel of the year. Apparently this is a signed copy, but like, where is the signature? Where? Oh, this is a signed copy. That's tea. Interesting. I love it. I love it. So anyway, I read like a little bit of it, the first page or so, and I already immediately fell in love because like it just screams like girl power, you know? It says, chemist Elizabeth Zott is not your average woman. In fact, Elizabeth Zott would be the first to point out that there is no such thing as an average woman. But it's the early 1960s and her all-male team at Hastings Research Institute takes a very unscientific view of equality. they would, right? This is the 1960s we're talking about. Except for one, Calvin Evans, who falls in love with, of all things, her mind. True chemistry results. Like science though, life is unpredictable, which is why a few years later, Elizabeth Zott finds herself not only a single mother, but also the reluctant star of America's most beloved cooking show, Supper at 6. Elizabeth's unusual approach to cooking, combine 1 tablespoon acetic acid with a pinch of sodium chloride, provides revolutionary. But as her following grows, not everyone is happy, because as it turns out, Elizabeth Zott isn't just teaching women to cook, she's daring them to change the status quo. Lessons in Chemistry is as original and vibrant as a protagonist. And I absolutely love that synopsis. That just screams like so me. I was just like flipping through the book like this, and then I landed on a page and I just like read it. It was like, I don't want to be a scientist, I am a scientist, or something like that. And I was like, yep, this is just screaming me. It just screams girl power, and I just cannot wait to dive into this book. Lessons in Learning Chemistry. Sorry, Lessons in Chemistry. I can't believe this is my book. Next on the things, oh my god, The Daughter of the Siren Queen. I'm excited about this book. This is book 2 of a series, and I already talked about the very first book, The Daughter of the Pirate King, in my last April wrap up. So you should go back and watch that review, because that is exactly why I got the book number 2. I read the synopsis and I can already tell like it's gonna be so good. In the back, it talked about how one of the pirates who got away from her in the first book comes back and reveals something so incriminating about her father, the Pirate King, and then Alosa goes at battle or at war with her father, it looks like. But she's like, don't worry, I'm not afraid because I'm the daughter of the Siren Queen. And I'm like, whoa, like what is this about? Like what happened? So I have to read to find out, and I'm so excited about that one. The book that I already started reading this month is called It Ends With Us. And I talked about this in my last book wrap up, because I started reading it like the last day of last month. Oh my gosh, so I'm already like a little bit into it. I am on chapter 10 right now, and oh my god, the spice in this book, it is so good. I don't know what's gonna happen, but there was one video that I watched on YouTube about how the cover of Colleen Hoover's books are always so telling about what the book is about. I still don't know exactly how it's going to end. It ends with us, but the cover, the title, the things that I'm learning about it, I'm like, oh my god, like what's gonna happen? I feel like I can't talk about this book without giving any spoilers. But basically, I mean, one thing that I would say that I love about this book so far is that I love how there are 2 different stories happening in the same book. Like this girl named Lily, she's talking about her present life, right? Everything that's happening today, and this romance and all her goals and stuff. But then she's reading her diary, her journal of something that happened in the past, in her past life. Whenever she goes back in time and starts going through that story, I feel like the book is about that story. But then it jumps to the present day, and I'm like, oh right, like that was a flashback. We're talking about like today. Like it is so good. I love the writing. Like she is such a good storyteller. Like in this one book, there are several different stories going on, and it's so easy to keep up with. Like I just love it. Highly recommend so far. So far, it's a good read. The next book I'll talk about is called The Housemaid. Now, this book has been trending on Goodreads. Like every week, this book is like on the top list of like read the most this week by Goodreads people or something like that. This is a debut novel. A debut novel. The prologue of this book is like a page long and like a page and a half long. And that prologue alone is enough to make you want to read this book. I'm like, oh my god, like it just sounds crazy. Let me read the synopsis of this book to you. It says, every day I clean the Winchester's beautiful house top to bottom. I pick up their daughter from school and I cook a delicious meal for the whole family before heading up to eat alone in my tiny room on the top floor. Interesting. I try to ignore how Nina makes a mess just to watch me clean it up, how she tells strange lies about her own daughter, and how her husband, Andrew, seems more broken every day. But as I look into Andrew's handsome brown eyes, so full of pain, it's hard not to imagine what it would be like to live Nina's life. The walk-in closet, the fancy car, the perfect husband. I try on one of Nina's pristine white dresses once, just to see what it's like, but she soon finds out. And by the time I realize my attic bedroom door only locks from the outside, it's far too late. But I reassure myself, the Winchesters don't know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of. Whoa! Oh. And then at the very top it says, "Welcome to the family," Nina Winchester says, as I shake her elegant manicured hand. I smile politely, gazing around the marble hallway. Working here is my last chance to start fresh. I can pretend to be whoever I like, but I'll soon learn that the Winchester secrets are far more dangerous than my own. And I'm like, whoa, everybody has a secret. This lady is a housemaid. It sounds like she ends up locked up somehow, but what they don't know is like who they locked up. You know what I mean? Like, it just sounds like, ooh. This book seems so good. When I was checking out, one of the girls who works at Barnes & Noble was like, "Oh my God, I heard that book is really good. Like, I can't wait to read it." And I was like, right? Like, I didn't know what to say except like, right? It just sounds so interesting. I cannot wait to read it. And then lastly, this is on a whole different track. The other book that I'm reading is called The Body Keeps the Score. My therapist kept talking about this book. She would just tell me why I was feeling a certain way was because my body was keeping the score and all this kind of stuff. Like, she kept referring to this book. So then you know me, I'm very curious. I'm very like, you know, I want to know what you're talking about. I want to read what you read. I'm a book girl, you know. So when she kept talking about it, I felt like I had to read it. So now I started reading this book, The Body Keeps the Score. It tells you huge science-based things by using stories that you can understand or even relate to in a way. So that's really cool. I am so excited for all these books that I got. One thing about me is that like, I wanna read every single book that I got today, like today. But I need to make a plan. So what I'm gonna do now is dive into my May TBR, because I'm not gonna read all these books. I have a goal of reading about 3 books this month, and so I need to pick 3 books to read out of, oh my God. The first book I'm definitely gonna read, because I already started, is obviously It Ends With Us. Like, this is a classic. I need to like read this already, you know. The next book is The Body Keeps the Score, because I already started reading this too. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this book is gonna take me a while to get through, just because it's like the font is small and it's a lot of pages and it's very science heavy. But I really want to get through this book. It really is helping me understand trauma, the way it works, and the way the body works. Like, it's just quite interesting. Actually, my goal for the month is to actually read 4 books. It's 1 more book than I thought. Because last month I read 3, almost 4, so I was like, let's just go for 4 this month. So I'm starting off the month reading these 2, and now I'm also gonna add to the mix Lessons in Chemistry. I cannot wait to see how this book ends, especially because it was picked as the #1 debut novel for Goodreads, so I love that. Like, this is an award-winning book, and it's also signed. I love that. And now, like, I don't know what to read next. Like, I don't know. Because this will be a continuation of the series that I read last month, or this book, because it just seems incredibly good. Like, this gives me like the Silent Patient vibes, if you've ever read that book. But I don't know, do I want to end out the series, or do I want to like dive into this just because it's so good? Do I want to save this for the summer or read this for the summer? Okay, I think I'm gonna save this one for June, and I'm gonna read this one this month. It's decided. So the books of May that I'm gonna read are, why can't I talk today? So the books that I'm gonna read this month are It Ends With Us, The Body Keeps the Score, Lessons in Chemistry, and The Housemaid. And I'm so excited. Especially for this one. Really, all of them, like, I just can't wait to read them. Like, I can't wait to finish them and see how it goes. And then bonus, if I end up being able to read a 5th book, then I'll definitely throw this one into the mix. Seems like a good month of reading to me. And guys, that completely wraps up my bookstore vlog. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Also, if you have read any of these books, let me know what you thought about them in the comment section below. And don't forget to leave your top book recommendation, because I would love to check out some new books. What next? What am I gonna read next, guys? Let me know. Leave your favorite book in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!